Hey guys, I'm going to show you how to do a quick CSV import. When you're in your vendor panel, if you go up to administration, scroll down to import data, then you pick what you want to import. So you can import, probably the number one thing you're going to try and import is products. So just click that. And then it'll take you to the product import area. If you're exporting products from like your existing store, like Shopify or whatever, then what I would recommend you do is just export that CSV and then open it up in Excel. That's what I did here. So, well, this is part of it. I had to export two because of the way it works. Hang on one second. That's not the right one. Sorry about that. Let's see. This was the original one I exported. So your store is going to have all different column names. Mine's an open cart store, so all the column names are OC underscore and then product SKU, product blah, 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 product model, product ID. I'm not going to need all these. What you're going to need is listed, or what you can import, is listed up here. So the ones that are highlighted, those are required. So the product code is like the SKU. If you don't have SKUs, doesn't matter. Just make sure you include product code in your first line. That's a column. Language is just English. It's lowercase en right here. You can see that. The other columns you can include are product ID if you have it, the category, secondary category. You can include all this stuff if you already have it in your original CSV download. A couple things are going to need some changing. Mostly it's just going to be copying and pasting these titles to the corresponding line, column in your CSV. So you can see I went and did that here. So for example, okay, detailed image, that's going to be your like initial image that you want on the product. If you want to upload further images, then you do that here. But honestly, I'm just going to upload these and then I'm going to go through each one by one and fix a few things like the options, like size or whatever. I'm going to go in and make sure those are all correct, just individually on the products. Stuff like that might be easier just to do individually. Just because, like, okay, I'll show you for options. I exported our current product list so that I got like a format for options. But you can see, I mean, this is just kind of a pain in the ass to try and write out all this code. So maybe just don't worry about options. Vendor is also required. So that's just your vendor name. As you can see in this column here. So let's see, what did I include? I included the product code, which I left blank because these don't have SKUs or SKUs. Language, English, that's easy enough. It's just the same for all of them. The product ID, these are products that were uploaded to our old store that didn't make it in the transfer. So these all have product IDs. You can create your own if you want, or you can leave that blank. The store will probably assign a product ID. These are the categories. Okay, so when you're doing, this is the initial category that you want it to be in. If you want to add secondary categories, you can do that. It might be easier just to include the initial category, and then you can bulk edit your products, which I show you in a different video, and you can add in whatever secondary categories you want for these. But when you're putting in the initial category, it's basically just look at the categories we have offered in the store. For these are long sleeve t-shirts. So clothing is the root category, and then you do 3 forward slashes. The second level category is tops, 3 forward slashes. Third level category is the long sleeve t-shirts. So yeah, this one easy. This is vinyl, so it's just music, 3 slashes vinyl. You can see most of them don't have, it's mostly in clothing that you have multiple levels, or in art, but yeah, patches and pins. Anyway, again, this isn't stuff that you need to do in the import. It's kind of handy. It's easier just to type all this stuff out in a CSV than it is to go in and add them in by bulk edit. But if you want to do that, if that's easier, go for it. Price in US dollars. Those are all the prices. Weight, this is like the basic weight of the product. If your options have different weights, like for t-shirts, an XL weighs more than a small, you can go in and bulk edit, go in and when you're doing your options, you just add the extra weight or subtract weight. And again, I show you that in a product editing video. The general quantity of of products goes here. Again, this is all your options added together. So for the shirts, the total that he's listing is 22. That's divided up by a few different options. So you put your total listing amount there. Date added, not necessary, but you can do that if you want. Inventory tracking, not necessary. That's something you can bulk edit. And I show you in the product uploading. If you have options, that goes in as a O. If there's no options, put it in as a B. But again, that's probably easier to do once you've set your options. And then you just follow my product editing video. The image, that's up to you. But I don't even know if this is going to work, because I don't know if this is... Actually, you know what? That's probably not going to work, but we'll give it a shot. Because this is from our old system, so I don't know if that's going to work. Okay. Long sleeve shirt. This is the title, product name. Description goes here. It's in HTML. So if your program will probably spit it out via HTML, so you just import it like that. Meta keywords. These are keywords associated that the internet's going to associate with your product. Search words, these are what the site is going to associate with your product. So people type in any of these terms up here. Your product's going to show up. The most important, I think, is your vendor name, and then basically what the basic product is, long sleeve. The more search terms you have, the better. The more likely your product's going to show up when someone searches something. Page title, this is what shows up at the top of the page up here in the little internet search thing. I just put the name of the product there. SEO, this is important also. This is what the URL is going to show up as. So I actually went in and just hand typed these out. Just a basic version of, the shorter the better. Basic version of what the title of the product is. Status, you can put that in as A, that means available. And then vendor name. So again, the only 3 you have to have in here are the product code, the language, and the vendor. Obviously, things like product title, product name are important. And I also did these in order that they show up here. I don't know if that's necessary or not, but, better safe than sorry. So now that that is done, I'm going to save this as a CSV file. I'm going to save this as products. Oops. And it's June 2nd, 2017. Down here, save that as a CSV. Continue. Okay. So there we go. I'm just going to minimize these. and go in here. And now from here, you don't really, I don't know if it gives you these, okay, this is image file specified without a path. Okay, whatever. I'll just try it. I haven't actually tried doing this yet with the product, so we'll see if it works. If it doesn't, you probably won't be watching this video. Don't click delete all existing product files. Don't click reset inventory. The rest of this can be left. Mine is a comma separated thing. So we'll just switch that to that and then hit local, and I can do it from my computer, which I think I had it here. My daughter's about to interrupt me. Hang on 1 second, sweetie. There we go. And then hit import. Let's see if it works. Okay, 2 new vendors were created. Okay, that's not right. Okay, so 33 new products. Does that make sense? Let's see. Did I have 33? No. Who is this new vendor? I probably spelled someone's name wrong. Well, hey, we'll see. Anyway, it imported 35 things. So when you're doing it, it's going to be a lot easier because you're just going to put your vendor name. The best way to probably do it is before, if you're one of our existing vendors, that is, before you go and import. Jasper, can you wait 1 second? I'm working. Before you import a product CSV, you export a product CSV so then you can see, sorry, the wrath of a 3-year-old. 1 second. Jasper, shh, I'm talking on the computer, you need to wait.
Why?
Because I'm making a video for people. Here, come here.
I want to make a video.
Well, you can say hi. Say hi.
Hi, my name's Jasper Poo Facey.
Okay, this is Jasper Poo Facey.
And then with Poop Pee Pee.
Okay, Jasper, be quiet.
And
I'm working.
Toilet.
That's enough, please.
Do you want to do it?
Okay, so like I was saying, the best thing to do would probably be to export it first. You just go to export data products, and then that way you can see, you can choose
How do you turn
the
light on?
corresponding, wait a second, you can choose the corresponding, you can choose the columns that you want, and then you can see how they're set up before you go and add in your new products. If you're a new vendor, then you're going to have to go and do it the way I just showed you how to do it. Anywho, let's see if that worked. I'm going to go into products. And then I guess I will, can I sort it by, okay, here we go. So these are new products. The image didn't work. I didn't think it would because Jasper, shush. Okay, I see what happened. These are products that I added in my demonstration yesterday, so that's why they're showing up here. The rest of these are all showing up newest to oldest. So that's why these are all showing up with no image because the image path I specified isn't in this system. So if that happens, you're just going to have to go in and input your images afterwards. Everything else looks like it imported properly. List price, that didn't work, but anyway, that's easy enough. I can just copy and paste here. And then, Jasper, can you be quiet, please? I'm working. And then you're just going to go, sorry, you're going to go in here, edit, and then you, oops, save. So your basic information is in. If we go in here and hit edit, then we can go and see what was actually, Jasper, be quiet. What was actually imported, which is, that's pretty cool. My main category is there. I can add additional categories. This one doesn't need additional categories. Vendor name is there. Perfect. Price. This is where I'll add the main image. Everything else is looking pretty good. Doesn't have options, so There we go. Yeah, then I'm going to add any additional images. SEO is there, like I set it up. Page title is there. Meta keywords. There's no options on this. The ship weight that I input is here. Let's see what else we've got. This is where in my product page, yeah, you have to put in your shipping location. So Throne ships from Spain. Oops. Ugh. Okay, make that header 3. Features. Well, these are all features, but you don't need to do those in there. Let's see. There we go. We are good to go. Yep, that's what I want. Okay, so now I'm going to have to go in and add the things that are missing, but most of it's there, so it's pretty handy to do that. It saves you some trouble anyway. If I want to edit a bunch of things at once, I'm just going to click them, click up here, edit selected, and then select what it is out of here that I'm going to want to edit. So yeah, I hope that helps.